Well, for more on this, we are now joined by the Mpumalanga MEC for Community Safety, Vusi Shongwe. MEC, good morning and thank you so much for making time for us. What happened in these two incidents?
Morning, Aldre, and morning to your viewers. Exactly what our spokesperson said, as well as the spokesperson of the SAPS said, the criminals took time, to interfere with the clinic and the hospitals at Carolina, as well as at Bushbuck Ridge, of which we are still busy with that, as the police have said, investigating. But over and above that, we are calling for the community to join hands in making sure that they report anybody that they suspect or they know who have taken part into these two incidents. Because we are not going to leave any stone unturned, Aldrian, for anyone and any person, whether it's gangs or individual criminals or a group of people that will interfere with our health facilities in the province.
How were they able to overpower the security, especially at the hospital, and also considering how hospitals would have very strict rules when it comes to security as well as access to the hospital facilities?
Yeah, these criminals, this incident started at a tavern in Carolina, Slovela, between the owner of the taverns and the patrons. So they unfortunately injured one between the two fighting, and that particular one was admitted to the hospital, and unexpectedly they followed him to the hospital, and the security were not even aware that there's something of that nature that is going to happen at that particular day. But indeed, we are saying to the security, private security guards, they must be very vigilant for whatever situation at any time, because, that particular incident was not meant for the hospital. It was meant as a fight in the township at a tavern. And unexpectedly, it went to the hospital. And we are beefing up our security, and we are making sure that this coming week, on Thursday, not this coming week, this week, on Thursday and Friday, we are calling a summit, which we are calling it a crime summit in the province, precisely to do that. We have called all stakeholders, including the very same tavern owners who are, and the patrons and any other stakeholders, to join hands with us to make sure that our health facilities are not involved in any criminal activities.
Yep. What about the SOPs that the government would be going into with these security companies in terms of the standard operating procedure and what is expected of them? Because on the other end as well, it is also about ensuring that the staff members who are actually employed by government are also being kept safe and work in an environment where there is safety. And now we hear that they also have been robbed.
That is exactly what we are going to discuss with them. While looking at the contract of each and every security company, they know exactly that they take full responsibility of anything that is going to happen to any institution of government where they are posted. So the owners of the companies will be spoken to, as much as the SAPS are doing their investigation to make sure that they apprehend the criminals. But on the other hand, we are waiting for the explanation from the security companies that are having a contract with us.
And then MEC, it's the one around ambulances being hijacked. Just last month as well, we spoke about, or we reported on a ambulance that was also hijacked and then later on stripped. Here again, yet another incident where an ambulance is being hijacked. What is it about ambulances that make them so vulnerable to be attacked by these criminals? But also, what other security measures can be put in place to ensure that this doesn't continue unabated?
Yeah, it's not about the ambulance per se, Aldrian. They are targeting any vehicles that they want at a particular time, these criminals. If the ambulance happens to be a particular brand that they want, they will target it. So unfortunately or fortunately, in the incidents that they took chance to in Bushbuck Ridge, our security company responded promptly. Within 2 kilometers, they were arrested together with the SAPS. They were able to make sure that those people are arrested.
Yeah, but then how do we ensure that there is security around the ambulances as well? We're reporting again of another incident that took place in KZN where some of the paramedics refused to go all the way upstairs because they said that the stairs were not part of what is expected of paramedics. However, though, also part of that is the concern around security in these communities where paramedics end up saying that they will not be driving into those communities. So how do we ensure that you also protect these paramedics and the vehicles that they drive?
There's an arrangement that any ambulance who is going to a hotspot area in the country and in the province, they must liaise with the nearest police station so that they are escorted to whatever place that they are going to. There are certain hotspot areas in the province and in the country where you can not take a chance at night and go alone there, because obviously there are these criminals and there are these people who are targeting vehicles, not particular ambulance or even 4x4s. They target them at a particular place around province and anywhere around the country. So in terms of the ambulances, it is proper that when they go there, they make sure that they liaise with the police station and make sure that they are properly secured and escorted so that they are safe and the drivers as well as the patients are safe on those areas. Yes.
And a final one, you did mention that there is the safety, the crime safety summit that is coming up. Some of the key aspects that you'll be looking into there, MEC, and whether or not you'll be dealing with the issue around the trafficking, because Mpumalanga has been identified as one of those provinces where you find trafficking of human beings but being forced into slave labor.
Yeah, precisely. We're not going to leave anything that has to do with crime in that summit. We're going to discuss any and everything that that has to do with the crime or criminal activities. That is why all stakeholders are invited, you know, so that all of us, we bring our heads together. You name it, your private security companies, the departments, different departments, you know, you name it, everyone, the tavern owners, even the media themselves will be part of that particular summit. We are inviting anyone and everyone who is concerned. Community representatives must be part of it, your CPFs, your ward councillors and everyone. We are calling all of them to come to that particular function so that, that particular meeting, so that we are able to talk and bring our heads together and come out with a proper strategy and a way forward insofar as this crime is concerned.
Thank you so much for your time. That is the MEC of Community Safety and Liaison in Mpumalanga, Vusi Shongwe.